is Amandoder. I am 16 years old. I'm about to be 17 in May. I am a TY in classical Ross Gray and I have autism. I felt pretty happy about the diagnosis because it gave me a word that I can use to describe why I'm so different to others. The saying goes, if you met one autistic person, you only met one autistic person. So just make sure to ask the autistic person about their experiences and how they are. There are many positive aspects of autism, but I must clarify that it is different for all autistic people. So what I may say is positive for me, it might be different for some other autistic people because they have different positive aspects and different negative aspects. So one of the positive aspects for me would be hyperfocus. I get very focused onto certain topics that really interest me, and for me that is military related things, such example as guns, tanks, airplanes and navy ships. And I could name off multiple variants, when they were made, how they were made, what for, and how strong they actually are. Which also leads into my second point, which is having great memory and picking up information quickly. I can pick up information very quickly from subjects and things that I'm interested in, and it just comes to me very easily. And I can remember these things very easily in the snap of a finger, and it takes me barely any time to study for exams that are related with the topics I really like. So it makes study a little bit easier. And last but not least, I actually am really good with my schedules. So if you put something in my schedule, tell me to be at a certain spot at a certain time, at the exact time, I would be there no matter what. And if I'm not going to be there because I can't go or something, I warn the person prior by like an hour, or if I'm late, I'll give them a detailed explanation to why exactly I'm late, so I'll be always on time. There are some downsides to having autism, and again, this is different for everybody. I'm just going to be speaking about what I personally have trouble with. The first thing I personally have trouble with is socializing and speaking to new people. I get very anxious when I need to speak to new people, especially people that I've never met in my life before, or people that I have had in my atmosphere but never actually decided to talk to. It makes me nervous because I do not know what boundaries that person has, what insults them, what doesn't, and what they like, what they don't, and how they react to certain people and certain things. And because I don't know these boundaries, I'm nervous that if I say something wrong or something that they don't like, I'm going to screw up, and it kind of makes me feel anxious that I have to talk to a new person and I don't screw up on it. Another difficulty for me is I find it hard to sit still for long periods of time and concentrate for a long period of time. So I usually tap my feet or move my legs or fidget with my hands if I'm sitting in a classroom for a very long period of time, because it's my way of coping with all the energy and the fact that I'm not allowed to move out. And I have the tendency to daydream when I need to loosen up my brain a little. I have the tendency to start daydreaming about certain things and maybe even talk to myself sometimes about certain things to kind of loosen up a little bit. And last but not least, the little bit of lack of empathy and emotions. This sometimes to some people might come off as me being heartless or cold, but in fact that is not the case. I'm not heartless or cold, it's just I'm not physically capable of showing the emotion I am feeling. So if you tell me a bad news, deep down I would feel sorry, I would feel empathy, and I would be sorry about whatever happened and everything like that, but I wouldn't physically be able to show it and physically be able to say it to you because I just can't express the emotion properly. So I'm not cold and heartless, I'm just not able to put out the emotions, but that sometimes can come off as, you know, being a little heartless. But all this is just a little bit of trouble showing it. The advice I would give to the school about autistic people is be patient, be kind, and try and help us. We need to have a lot of patience. You need to have a lot of patience with autistic people like myself because we have trouble socializing, we have trouble blending in, and because of our unusual habits, it really does make it difficult and it's hard. So we just need a little bit of help here and there with socializing and patience for our unusual habits, and just be kind to us because then we'll repay that kindness as much as we possibly can. The message I would have for everybody today is don't be afraid to express yourself, show who you truly are deep down inside, because nobody should really say anything bad about that because it's you and that's what makes you unique, which is a gift that only you have on how unique you are. And just another quick advice is don't always believe everything that you see on TV, because sometimes movies can convey autism in a really bad way, make it seem worse than it may be, but in fact that's not always the case. And there is some movies and series that Hollywood made, like The Good Doctor and Big Bang Theory, where they do kind of show off some of the good aspects and how it is actually to live with autism. But I would advise that if you want to know a little bit more about autism, if you meet an autistic person, then just ask them about what they feel comfortable with and how they do certain things, because it's very different for all of us. And I'm pretty sure you're tired of hearing this from all your wellbeing classes, but the saying goes, if you met one autistic person, you only met one autistic person. So just make sure to ask the autistic person about their experiences and how they are.
I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. And clearly I don't see myself up on the list, but you say where you wanna go.